Welcome to the Team Remake podcast.
That's right, 386 of the Snobs podcast. What's going on? How is everybody today? I'm Mick Manhattan, the host of this show. Producer Paul could not join me. He unfortunately was taken away for this weekend, but hopefully he'll be back next week. We just never know when you go on those weekend trips. It can be very horrific, but that's why I'm joined by two very special guests tonight, and I'm super stoked to talk to them. Dana and Deb Mahaney from Horror Madness podcast. That's right. If you haven't checked out the Horror Madness podcast, you guys are insane. It is a great horror podcast, and I got to meet them over at Carolina Fear Fest this past year, and it is a fun time. Thank you guys for joining in. Of course, Friday nights, 8 p.m., we are live, and we like to hang out, have a good time, and talk movies. And if you guys are with us, talk movies too, right over there in the comments. Oh, Laura, thank you so much for joining in tonight. As always, we're going to start with a review, at least one. All right, I know I promised weapons review. Here's the problem. I just saw it. I'm super stoked. I want to talk about it. It's driving me crazy. I can't talk about this movie after just seeing it. I've got to process this. I thought maybe I could rush it and do it, but I don't. You know how I am with that. I do not want to do that. I might have a quick review up later tonight, but I'm going to really think about this one because there's so much that went into this. But I do want to say, keep cinema alive. Get out there, go to the theaters, check out horror, check out comedy, check out action, all of it, and have some fun. That's right, just have some. That is going to be my PSA for today. Go to the cinemas, support, check them out, have a good time. But Weapons was a lot of fun, and I'll be checking out Freakier Friday. The reason I didn't watch that one beforehand, my wife's a big fan. I got to see it with her, of course. I mean, I can't have the power couple from Horror Madness on here and then tell my wife, like, I'm not going to watch this movie with you. What? You got a problem? No, never say that to your wife, ever. Even if you mean it, never say it. And I never mean it. Okay, I'm going a little absurd here. That's the whole motto. But I did pick out a movie we could watch and check out, and I will review. And we can check out this movie, which is The Pickup. Amazon Prime's newest action-packed. That's right. I don't know what this is. Heist movie, comedy? I wasn't sure, but it was full of action, and that's all I know. This movie from beginning to end plays for the last, but really sticks around for like this intriguing sort of casino heist led by Keke Palmer. It also stars Eddie Murphy and Pete Davidson as these armored truck drivers that are sent on this very long mission to get this monkey. Here's my biggest problem with this movie, and I'm going to take a moment to talk about this. This monkey in this glass case, which I guess is going to a collector, it's the MacGuffin of the film. That's what's getting them to this far point. There's no point for a far point in this movie. So there are some plot issues, and this monkey is one of them because it keeps showing up. Now, I'm not saying the MacGuffin has to be the most important piece, but it has to be a piece that makes sense. And that's the one thing that super bothered me about this movie. But overall, Eddie Murphy was really a lot of fun in it. He played the action up. He also, of course, is always good for the laughs. Keke Palmer is a very good straight character to the rest of them. She plays for the laughs as well, but she does a really good job playing sort of the adversary, but at the same time connected to them in such a fun way. Pete Davidson plays the goofy character, but I have to give it to him. He has a lot of heart in his character, and that's what I've really enjoyed about this. He has changed as an actor, and I can appreciate. I watched The Home. I thought he did fantastic in it. It's not moving mountains in terms of horror, but it was an interesting take on something we had seen, like a familiar tone or familiar plot, so to speak. Not really a story, but I saw that coming. But I saw what was in that movie coming easily. But at the same time, he kept me there. In this movie, he kept me going. He had a lot of fun. He played well off of Eddie Murphy, who sort of played the older character who's kind of fed up with his antics. But Pete Davidson really carried this movie for me in a good way. Like, he was a little too goofy at times, but he could get dramatic. He could be fun in it, and it could be action-packed. So I really appreciate what he's been doing lately. So with that being said, I gave this a 3 out of 5. I did like this movie. I think it's one worth checking out. If you're home and you're not going to the cinema like I told you to at the beginning of the show, then make sure you check this one out. I think it was a fun one. It's one of the better ones that Amazon has put out. I haven't loved everything they've been doing lately. I liked Heads of State, which was one of their more recent one, but this was a good one too. So if they did a sequel to this, I might actually check that one out. But that's my review of The Pickup. You can also read it over on Substack and Letterboxd in the coming days. And I will also have new reviews for Trouble Man coming out tomorrow. Weapons will be out on Sunday, and Freakier Friday will be out. So make sure to read, watch, or listen on the podcast Anytime. Okay, guys. So, with that being said, we're going to get this party started. We're going to talk some horror tonight. We're going to have a good time doing it. Hopefully, you guys will be hanging out with us, sharing in the comments. We would love for you to be join in, share with us any of your opinions on this, because our main topic is horror remakes versus horror revivals. I don't know that I so much want to get into what the nitty gritty of like what's better, this, that, and the other thing, but what works. We've seen both throughout the years, and it's going to be an interesting topic, I think, to talk about. But before we get started, I want to introduce our guests. Dana and Deb are here, and I'm going to bring them on from the Horror Madness podcast. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining in. How are you guys? Oh, nope. Now let's go back the other way. Oh, let me unmute you so that way you're good. Oh, you have to unmute yourselves. But guys, this is Horror Madness podcast again. Link down below. You're going to want to go follow them. You're going to check them out everywhere and have a good time. Welcome, guys. Thank you for coming.
Hey, how's it going? Good to see you, man.
Good to see you. How's everything been?
Good, busy.
Summertime. We've been a little summertime in between season break. This is our first time doing anything in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Well, I'm very glad that this is something you could do and be a part of and hang out with me. So thank you so much. You've had me on your show, and now you get to be on mine, and that is a true honor for me. I love your podcast, and I love you guys. So,
Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for having us on.
all right, thank you so much. And before we get started, I want to talk all about Horror Madness. I want to talk about horror genre and everything and more. But we're going to start with our top 5. That's right. Top 5 horror remakes. I thought this might be a fun one for us to kind of hang out and talk about. So we'll go back and forth. I'll ask you guys, did you guys do it separate or did you do one together?
We did it separate.
Perfect. I love it. There's more movies for me to listen to and check out. So I'm into it. If you guys are ready, we're going to kick it off. And Deb, you want to kick it off for us? What's your number 5?
Oh, I had a hard time putting them in order.
That's fine. It could just be random.
Number 5. Do you remember what I just said? I just said it. I am going to go with, let me pull up my list.
I'm pretty sure Slappy just moved behind you. I just want to point that out.
I'm sure he did too.
Were you guys big Goosebumps fans back in the day?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
That is my great grandmother got me that in like 1984. It's actually like original old school, not original because I think he's from way earlier than that. But yeah, he's like a real old school Charlie, whatever his name is.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, what Slappy was copied off of.
Well, Goosebumps has good taste.
They do. Okay, I'm going to go with my number 5 being 13 Ghosts.
Ooh, very good. I like that one. Yeah, how about you?
So for my number 5, I went a little risque on something that most people probably wouldn't agree. But I went with Poltergeist, the remake of Poltergeist.
Oh.
Okay, interesting.
Wow.
I didn't love it, but I don't know why it got so much hate. I like that choice.
Yeah. I get why it got so much hate, but I thought it was just a pretty decent movie. I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah.
It just didn't have that nostalgia, I guess, of Craig T. Nelson in his underwear. Well, I have to say, Deb, you and I agree. I chose 13 Ghosts. I thought,
wow.
It's
Really?
such a great remake, watching that original and then bringing it into this new scientific way of doing things.
Yeah.
But I'm going to check out the Poltergeist remake and see how I feel about it again. I like that.
I probably should too. It's been a while. I might hate it now, but
How can you hate Jared Harris? He's fantastic. Well, all right, number 4. What do you got for me?
Okay, number 4. I'm going to go Little Shop of Horrors.
Good one. Good one.
Which shockingly, I spent most of my life not knowing it was a remake. I fell in love with the musical when I was real young. And it was like the last maybe 10 years I found out it was a remake.
I love that. That's fantastic. And you know what? I'm kind of mad I didn't think about it.
We watched the original yesterday. It's like we spent the week kind of watching some remakes and
I thank you so much. And the reason I chose this because when I was on your show, we talked about House of Wax.
yes.
So I was like, you know what? This got me into thinking. I was like, I want to kind of go over that list. Damn, what you got for me? What's your number 4?
all right. So for number 4, I'm going to go with the Evil Dead remake. So when I originally saw it, I absolutely hated it. I thought it was the worst thing I'd ever seen in my life, and I was like a vicious hater. then we did an episode a few months back on it, and I rewatched it, and I was like, oh, I was just doing that. I'm such an Evil Dead fan that I'm hating it because it doesn't have Bruce Campbell in it. And this is actually a really good movie.
I get that. I think that one especially was hard for fans, right? Because it's the first one. It's and gleefully he's still like in the universe. But yeah, that first time, like when I first heard about it, like I did like the movie, but when I heard about it, I was like, "Where's Ash?"
Why would you do that?
Yeah, don't take Ash away. I went a little for my number 4, a little off the path a bit. I probably would have put Little Shop of Horrors here, but I went with the Invisible Man remake.
Oh.
I thought they did a fantastic job playing up like the domestic abuse angle and things like that, and like tying that in to just the Invisible Man idea. So that is what I went with, because it kind of, I like that, and I wish they kind of went with more movies instead of what they did with the Wolfman. But but that's my number 4. What's your number 3?
Actually, I'm gonna switch something around.
Okay.
I have my list here. I'm gonna say this as number 3 spot, but it's my number 4. It.
Okay. Let me ask you this, since it's on there. What did you think about the chapter 2 versus chapter 1 quality?
We were just talking about that.
Oh, okay, good. All right.
Yeah.
See, I mean, I gotta ask the horror heads so they can tell me.
Unmemorable.
Right?
Yeah.
It's unmemorable. I literally told Dana, I was like, I don't think I've seen chapter 2. He's like, we literally watched it together. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh.
I remember exactly where I was when I watched it. I don't remember anything from part 2. Oh, I remember one part from part 2 when he's in the park and the big thing starts chasing the kid from Stranger Things. And that might be from part 1. I just don't remember.
Yeah, I saw them both in the theater, and part 1 I left and I was like, that was really good. It wasn't great. It wasn't like mind blowing, but I really liked it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw part 2 and I was like, oh, this just isn't part 1.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It will forever be hard to top Tim Curry for me. Always. I mean, Bill Skarsgård did great, but Pennywise will always be Tim Curry to me.
I get that completely. Can I ask you this though? I know we're kind of going a little bit off topic on the top 5, but thinking about Tim Curry, if they ever remade a Rocky Horror Picture Show, do you think that would be a good movie? Like, I know they tried it with like the Live on Fox or something.
I did not like the Live.
I didn't either.
I thought it was fine. I didn't love it. No, the Time Warp, is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was fine.
So remakes are a weird subject for me in general, because for a long time I absolutely refused to watch remakes. Like, if I didn't know it was a remake, cool, but like I don't know. I've always, of course, the cat's going crazy.
That's okay. My dog's going crazy.
So I don't know. I would watch it for the simple fact that I love Rocky Horror Picture Show, and it's an adaptation from a play. And I have seen both. So I'd probably still watch it. I don't think anybody could top Tim as Dr. Frankenfurter, though.
That's the right answer, and you've won 20 points. Dana, what you got for me for number 3 spot?
Number 3, I'm going to go. So this was another thing that we were talking about.
Oh, you better not.
Horror remakes, there's a million. And they're almost all bad. And I thought, and there are like 7 or 8 that are even worthy of being on a top 5. So at this point, I'm just like, all 3 of us are going to have pretty much the same thing for especially the top 2.
I think you're right.
But so I went with The Fly.
I think you're wrong.
For number 3.
It's definitely up there.
Yeah.
It did make my top 5, but like Little Shop of Horrors, I could definitely see it being interchangeable for Eddie's.
Yeah.
That's such a great
it's going forward. Number 1, everybody alive has the same number 1, but we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong.
Let's save. Don't let them tune out too quickly. I'll skip 2. Number 3 for me is Dawn of the Dead remake.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that original, but I really enjoyed what Zack Snyder did with his. But again, like The Fly or House on Haunted Hill remake, those are all like stuff that could be interchangeable in this. Right now, I'm really feeling Dawn of the Dead personally, but I like those choices.
But not the Day of the Dead remake.
No. All right. What's your number 2?
All right. This could spark some debate.
Oh.
Evil Dead 2. I feel it could be. It's a kind of a requel, I guess. It's more to me. It's more of a remake than a sequel.
I told her, I was like, that is a podcast in and of itself. But also, I am in the camp of Evil Dead 2 is just a remake of Evil Dead 1.
I am also of that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
wow. That's
know
not shocking.
fans get upset about that, and I understand it. But honestly, knowing that, it makes me respect all of them as filmmakers even more. Is that they lost the rights to that one, and they were like, you know what, it's not going to stop. And I have to appreciate that. So and Evil Dead 2 is, and I'm going to take the heat on this one if people don't agree, but
I'll take
is
it too.
a superior film.
Yeah. It.
You know.
Oh, you know what? I go back and forth on that.
I love that first one.
It's amazing.
I think
But
I actually prefer the first one over the second one, at least right now.
I get that.
But not by a lot. Not by a lot. Just by a little narrow margin, and that's why it's easy for them to flip-flop occasionally, depending on which one I've seen.
I just, in terms of quality, though, like you did see a big, like, because they grew as filmmakers too. Like, so like there's a good change of pace. But I get preference-wise, like somebody might choose the first, but I do think the second one just really did such a great job with so many things.
I love it.
But I love that. All right, what do you got for me, Dan?
Oh, where are we at?
Number 2.
Number 2. All right, so I wanted to switch things up after what I just said a minute ago. I'm going to go with number 2 as The Thing.
What? Oh.
You put it at number 2?
So for a personal reason.
Okay.
Just for a personal reason.
All right, well, then I want to hear number 1's reason. But I think we all know why The Thing belongs on this list. It's
we
such
can
a
just
good
wait
list.
until you guys both say The Thing's number 1 for you guys.
Yeah, I'm just going to say number 2 is Nosferatu. I thought he did an amazing job. Eggers.
The new one.
The new one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah.
1979 was close on my list, but for remakes, but it didn't quite make the top 5.
Yeah, I threw it up there because I was blown away by it last year. Cinematography alone, I love his movie style.
Yeah.
It is a beautiful movie,
for sure, and I'm looking forward to his next one, Werewolf. But that's it's my number 2. I'm sticking with it, but I think we know what number 1s are. Well, we know 2 number 1s, but
my number 1 is The Thing. Hands down. That's not.
And before you go, I'm going to say number 1's The Thing for me. And I want you to go last because I feel like there's some personal connection with this one, and I want to hear it. What's your number 1?
My number 1 is actually the 1990 remake of Night of the Living Dead.
Okay.
And the reason for that is it is what got me into horror movies. It is what made me fall in love with the genre. It's what made me start caring about film in general, about horror, about famous people in a lot of ways. Because I met George Romero and Tom Savini like right after I saw it for the first time. And that really just kicked off my whole love for everything that matters to me at this age. Pretty much.
Oh, wow, that's
was
fantastic.
the 1990 remake.
I love that. That is the best way to end on number 1. And before we go, though, I want to ask about Night of the Living Dead. What do you think of the original 2? Like, is there a preference between the 2? And it's not holding anything against you if you choose the remake.
No, I mean, I absolutely love the original. Like, it is, in my opinion, top 5 just horror movies, period. Top 3. Probably not going to ever make 1 or 2, but like top 3, I absolutely love it. It's just the age, the time period, the nostalgia. The 1990s remake just really, really hits it for me. The importance of the original movie. I mean, come on, like it is one of the most important horror movies ever made. Yeah. Mostly just because of them messing up and not copywriting it ultimately. But.
And it's free for all now.
Yeah.
It's actually it's a funny story. Our first episode of the Snobs podcast, it wasn't video yet, and so we had an hour and 28 minutes and certain change, and it lined up perfectly with one certain cut of Night of the Living Dead. So if you watch the first episode of the Snobs podcast on here, it's Night of the Living Dead with our voices over it. So you can go check that out. But I love those answers. That's a great top 5 from both of you. Mine was okay. Check it out. The Thing, definitely.
The Thing.
For sure.
It's at this point, any horror fan watching knows. They just know you have to. But it's so good. But I love that we ended on a number 1 with such a heartfelt. We're gonna move on to, before we get started on our main topic, I want to hear about Horror Madness, and I want to talk about it, how to get started. What is your love for horror? We just heard, Dana, from you. Deb, where did your love of horror start, and what made you guys start this podcast?
So my love of horror started, the first horror movie I ever watched, I was like 9 at a birthday party, and we watched Child's Play and Hellraiser 4. And I don't know, I just kind of fell in love with it from there. Like,
I love that.
feel like I don't know, it's the typical answer. I always felt like a little bit of an outcast, and horror just always resonated with me.
That's fantastic. Isn't there wrong with that? Horror's for the outcasts. That's the best part about it. I love horror. It's for the outcasts, for the people
exactly.
And it gives us a community. We saw that with Carolina Fear Fest, right?
Oh yeah.
The horror community is wonderful. It is.
Yeah, they are. Oh,
it is amazing.
So when you got together and you wanted to start, and I know you didn't get together to start the podcast, but when you guys came together to talk about starting a podcast and understanding why horror was at the precipice, what was it about your show? Like, what was the thing you really wanted to stand out? Like, what did you want to be different about your show? Because you do have a different element to your show. You guys have, it's fun. I had fun being on it. So. And I love talking horror, but yeah, I would love to hear what you guys, how you put it together.
Well, so I would go with, I think the real reason is we started going to horror conventions, and I had done podcasts a lot earlier. I did a bunch of Marvel and Nerd and, things like that. Podcasts, and I was like, hey, we keep going to these horror conventions, we keep meeting all these awesome people, like we should do a horror podcast.
Right.
It took some getting to make Deb do it, but
I get a little nervous. I had been like a guest on podcasts a few times, but not like he was.
Well, how are you enjoying it now, being your own host? And are you enjoying it more?
I absolutely love everything about it. Everything. So much that we started our podcasting studio here. Like,
oh, nice. Okay, tell us about it.
So I fell in love with all the aspects, even the boring editing stuff.
I love that. Well, yeah, I mean, you have to love doing it all to be able to do this. I think.
Yes, yeah, you really do, because it's a lot of work.
Started Studio 93, studio93.org.
Yes, ourselves.
Tell us all about that, though, please.
What was that?
Tell us all about Studio 93. I'd love to hear it.
Okay, so we just opened in April. It is a podcast recording studio. You come in, you can record. We also do editing services. And it's been a little slow to start, but we're getting there now.
Working on scoring some horror films and doing some music related stuff and a social media podcast.
And you said studio93.org. I'm going to put that up in the comments for everybody to check out, and I'll make sure that's on the description afterwards. Go check it out. And what area can we find Studio 93?
We are in Myrtle Beach, but like I said, editing stuff we can do anywhere. That's
important. So if you need that, please check out studio93.org. Trust me, I'm in my basement. A studio would be. Let me tell you, and especially with the video, video podcasting now and how popular it is. And I've been doing this since 2011. I didn't have a camera on me until 2019. Oh, wow. And like I said, even our first few episodes were like, I was putting whatever on top of them, so to be able to do this now, I feel like you have to almost have sort of a video element. and studios, like if you can bring your cameras in there and stuff. I don't know if you guys provide the video aspect.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
What are you doing, Myrtle Beachers? Get out there. You know where to do your podcast, and that'd be awesome too. Like I remember years ago there was a company who just opened up a podcast studio, and this is in 2013. Nobody had a podcast studio. I think the owner of the building was talked into it by a friend because he was a popular podcaster at the time, and we wanted to rent space out of there. We were nothing major, but like we wanted to rent space out of there because it feels like when you're in that setting doing it feels. I don't want to say feels. It gives you that I don't know, that drive or that ambition to like want to be more professional about it. You have a place to go to and do it. It's kind of like, you know, your little home away from home to do your podcasting. So I've always been appreciative of podcast studios. I'm glad you guys are doing that down in Myrtle Beach. That is awesome. And there's other services available. So studio93.org. I'll have it in the description at the end of this. Check it out. So absolutely. Congratulations, guys, for starting it. And you're getting it going and the podcast and everything else. So we got to meet at Carolina Fear Fest this year. What did you guys think? Was this your first? No, this wasn't your first one. This was your second or third one, right?
This was our third.
Third.
2021 was our first. No, 2022 was our first year. So this was our third. Was that really only our third?
Feels like it was four. I don't know.
It feels like this one was 2021 was my first. I wasn't at the 2019, and it feels like I've been there 10 years. It feels like I've been doing this so long. So like I get it. Like it gets all sort of in a good way.
Yeah.
Because I always love doing it. But
Carolina Fear Fest is always an amazing time, and we were so grateful to get press passes this year. And
all of our best stories are always at Fear Fest.
Yes.
I'm so glad. Well, tell us a story. What's a good story from this year?
Oh goodness. I
know my favorite.
So here's a good, just like easy story for you.
What's your favorite?
Paul, who's not here tonight, which I was really hoping would be, asked me like the 3 hardest questions I've ever been asked ever, and just was like, put me on the spot and was like, hey man, answer these questions. And I was like, oh my God, I don't know what to do.
Paul's good for that.
Yeah. He really got me on that.
And the thing I love about Paul is like, if he knows the answer to the question, he will lock in on that question and he'll ask anybody. He'll be like, no, I know this is it. I give him credit for that. He did a good job with trivia all weekend. That's for sure. He was doing a lot of that with me. But all right, Carolina Fear Fest, I want to hear your favorite. What's your favorite memory?
Anybody who has listened to our show is on there. I know Laura probably knows my favorite. So it was our first Fear Fest, and they did. I think I told you this too, Mick, on our show. I
know, but I'm going to make you tell it on my show.
Okay, they did a meet and greet thing for VIPs on Friday night, and so we were in there. Nobody really knew what to do, not even the stars. We were in there with Felissa Rose, Tom Savini, Chris Mulkey. Chris Mulkey was just playing his guitar. Scout Taylor Compton was in there. And they're like, this is a meet and greet. So we were just hanging out, talking. Tom Savini was talking about doing the masks for the Black Phone before it ever came out. And Felissa and I were just talking about true crime stuff for, I don't know, like an hour and a half. We were just talking about true crime stuff. And then the next day we were walking through our hotel and we ran into Felissa Rose and Dave Sheridan in the hallway. And she came running up to me and was like, I'm so glad it's you, because look out the window. Tom Savini is by the pool in a banana hammock.
I remember that year. And I was by the pool and saw him in that banana.
Yeah. And he was out there like sunbathing with like the little neck thing to like make the sun reflect. And it was just we have met Felissa several times since then, and we always laugh about it, where she's always like, Tom Savini in a banana hammock. And I was like, yes.
An unforgettable moment in life.
And he looks good. That's the
word.
Yeah.
Like he's 70-something years old. And I was like,
75
then. I was like, he's rocking it better than I would, and I'm into my 40s. Like
earlier that day, he stole my shirt from me.
Oh my God. I kept bugging him all weekend. I forget who it was. Somebody was like, we were working, of course, and somebody was just like, you won't bother Tom Savini. I was like, hell, I won't. And I just kept walking up to him and asking him random film questions, and then just be like, that's not true. And then walk away. He was very cool about it. Very sweet guy for sure.
He was like, I like your shirt. Let me have it. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, man, let me have that shirt. I dig it. I think it's really cool. And I was like, all right, no problem. I need to get another shirt. And he was like, what are you worried about? And I was like, dude, I don't have the body of you. I'm not just taking my shirt off. Give me a second.
He said, I said that to Tony Todd, and he just gave me his shirt.
Well, Tony Todd looks great in a banana hammock.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
R.I.P.
I was just watching The Rock earlier today because I have to review it tomorrow for a show, and he's in that, and I'm like, it's the scene where he dies, and I was talking to a friend of mine about it, and they were just like, yeah, that's so sad. Screw this movie. And jokingly, he was like, screw this movie, and I'm like, do you think he didn't want to die in this movie? Do you think he did like that fun wild death? Like he didn't want to do that? Like you're insane. But yeah, Tony Todd, of course. I mean, the man was a soldier. Yeah. He was, of course, going to be ready for taking his shirt off.
Yeah, exactly.
Not me. Exactly. You can't have it. Sorry, Tom. Go buy me another shirt.
Well, he gave me autographs and pictures and everything for free. It was absolutely great. Yeah.
Tell me if he was selling shirts and he was like, "Give me that shirt. I love that shirt." And then you can buy one of mine. Tell me that would be a great sale. Well, Tom Savini grifting everybody. I love it.
It was I didn't even say it was a Michael Myers shirt. It had little Michael Myers faces all over it. It was a button-up Middle Beyond Michael Myers shirt.
Yeah.
You gotta write him and tell him next convention you guys are both at. He has to. Right. Laura liked the Duck Story. She said that was pretty epic too.
Oh yeah, that was Bill Moseley this year.
Yeah,
talking to us about that. That was.
Was he wearing a banana hammock and told you about it? No.
I wish.
No.
Is that what happened? Are you telling? Is there an interesting story?
A little starstruck with Bill Moseley.
He was so sweet.
He was great. I was giving him crap because he went for a walk the beginning day of Fear Fest again, and I was like, "You're not supposed to do that."
You stay in your hotel room until he comes pick you up and drive you here and put you.
Someone quarantine this man.
that I'm so glad he can make it again. Well, make it this year to the actual convention. Like the year before, I was so looking forward to it. So, but the fact that we got to talk to him this year was great.
We were too. And then we didn't believe the story at first. Somebody was like, Bill Moseley was hit by a bicycle, and we were like, no, what? You're lying.
I'm not gonna lie. I remember when I was told, and like I was talking to my friend Stephanie who runs it, and she told me she was very worried. Of course you would be. You're concerned for him and his health, and then she's also like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I got a lot of fans here for him, and it's just like I was like, listen, they'll understand. Yeah. It's gonna be fine, and I'll tell him I'm Bill Moseley, and it'll be great.
I would
think you can go for that.
With the wig on, I mean.
I'm Chop Top. There we go. There's no replacing Bill Moseley. He was fantastic. I think I annoyed him all weekend because we kept running into each other. And I love Bill Moseley's movie. I don't care about celebrities other than be human, and I hope you're doing. Other than that, I don't care. Like, let's all be human and talk about movies, or just leave me alone. But Bill Moseley, every time I saw him, like, I was like, oh, Bill, like, just so you know, like, this is happening, blah, blah, blah. And like, I don't know why I always had this information to tell him. And he kept looking at me almost like, why are you here? Like, why are you telling me? I have a handler right here. And I'm like, I don't know. I just in the right place at the right time. But it was good to meet him, and I'm glad I got it, because I told you.
Yeah.
Let's get into our main topic.
All right.
All right, we're going to talk about horror movies versus horror revivals. Oh, they're both been around forever. We've seen franchises and other old horror films revived into franchises. We've seen remakes try and take over. I don't know what works. I like to mostly focus on like the past 25 years. We can go sprawl out, but the past 25 years, we saw a big surge in remakes of horror films, then kind of moving back into horror revivals to bring franchises into new light.
Mhm.
Halloween franchise, which is they've done timelines with that over and over again, even in the 80s. So I want to get your feelings on it. Like, first off, what do you think about horror remakes and horror revivals, and which do you prefer?
Oh, well, like I said before, for me, for a long time, I refused to watch remakes. Like, I don't know. To me, they never lived up.
Okay.
They're getting better about that now. But yeah.
I mean, there's been a couple hits, I guess, that aren't complete hits, but they've been better than they have been in the past.
Yeah.
Well, see, like with a lot of the remakes, like they were coming in like the early 2000s, I felt like that was after this like resurgence of horror with Scream and those types of films. It felt like they did Freddy versus Jason, Jason X and stuff, and then completely abandoned that stuff and was like, we're just going to do remakes, like try and revive it into a new franchise almost. Yeah. Which I don't feel like always works. Like there's some good ones. I thought Texas Chainsaw Massacre is probably better than the original. The original's great. All right.
Wait, what?
It's not a bad movie.
The original is a great movie and a perfect product of it.
Mm-hmm.
To me, the remake is a great movie.
So,
I feel like if you remove that original, like if you okay.
Let me check with you real quick here. So, are we talking about the Jessica Biel one or the one from a couple years ago?
Jessica Biel. The one from a couple of years ago is a revival because they she wasn't the same actor, but they brought back the character from the
right.
first
Yeah, it was a revival. Yeah.
So they go with like a revival trying to get that franchise kicked up again, which other than that bus scene, ugh. But that bus scene was pretty wicked. I'll give them that.
Yeah, but, that's one that has both. The Texas Chainsaw has the remakes and the revivals, and
those timelines are really what hit. And like, first of all, these multi drive me crazy. But horror, like as much as like we catch a lot of crap in Marvel and stuff like that, let's be real. It's horror. Horror did this to it, and I blame Halloween because ever since Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, they were like, different timeline. Here we go. Love it, but it is not a Halloween.
But Halloween does exist in Season of the Witch. There's the
as a movie,
news report in the background of the one scene.
No, it wasn't a news report. It was a trailer for Halloween.
Oh, was it a trailer?
It was, it was a movie.
Oh,
so it exists as a movie on there. So see, that's the thing. If it was a news report, I'd be all in. I'd be like,
a whole different thing. Yeah.
But when you made it a trailer, I was like, okay, you're saying it doesn't exist. So now, oh my God, did I just Inception this?
Yeah.
So not only do we have known timelines, but there's also a separate timeline where Halloween from 1978 is just a movie.
Yeah.
I do love Season of the Witch.
I mean, that's not. That's almost kind of. We just The Town That Dreaded Sundown. The remake is. They're watching the original movie in the first scene of that.
Yeah, I don't mind the callbacks, but don't do it in a revival. Like the remakes? Like that's a remake, so I get it. That's fine. But like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, they've done it so many times where they tried to connect it to the past, and it just just stick with the second one. Yeah. Just stick with it. It was comedy. It was fun. Taking that direction.
2 was great.
Yeah, I loved 2.
It was. I
love 1, but 2 is.
Yeah, I think it was the perfect place to take it after that first one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And weirdly enough, if you look to me, and anyway, and people might not agree with me, and I can't wait to hear what you guys think. But if this first one is so dark and so gritty and such a perfect representation of its location and a time in the 70s, then that second one is a perfect representation of the 80s.
Oh, you are not wrong.
You know? And I'm going to take it a little farther and say Next Generation. I'm going to skip over Leatherface, which I like. I like Leatherface. Don't get me wrong. But Next Generation is a perfect product of the 90s. It's got that like grunge punk feel to it. I'm not saying that it represents the 90s perfectly.
Yeah.
But as far as a horror movie that's set in the 90s,
feeling of the time.
It's got that. It has this grittiness, but it's almost like a really smooth looking grittiness that we saw kind of pour into the 2000s. But even like Scream, or I Know What You Did Last Summer, stuff like that, like it has a grittiness, but there's a sheen to it. It's weird.
Yeah,
they did a good job. And then it's not like now. they've definitely elevated it since then. But you know, something like that. Like, so if they had kept up with that theme, it'd probably still be kicking around today. But it kept it a little more light, kept it a little more fun. But they took it away, and they tried to revive it. I want to go to the Halloween franchise again.
Okay.
Because in 2018, they brought back a new timeline.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about that versus like a Rob Zombie remake? Yes, I know.
You just opened the can of worms.
Oh my God, please. I'm so glad.
So I don't care how much hate I get for it. I hate the Rob Zombie remake. And the new ones I think are fine. They're not good movies, but like they're perfectly fine. Rob Zombie just destroyed the entire purpose of the Halloween movies ever existing by taking away the whole thing that was the point.
John Carpenter even said it.
Yeah, I agree with
John Carpenter
on
even
that.
said.
Yeah, like, that was the point, was that he was just like a force of nature, that he was just it was just a thing, and deal with it. That's the evil.
Yeah.
And
I
instead
like that he
we're gonna make 2 movies just like making him a regular ass human. I don't know.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Because I'm sure you guys know better than I do, but didn't he sort of base Michael Myers off of the shark in Jaws? Like this element that like it's just a killer.
Yeah.
Especially how they deal with it in that first movie, because they're just dealing with it as like, this is just a killer that we
it's just the thing that it is, and don't worry about it.
It's just the shape. He's just the shape. He's not even.
He's the boogeyman. He's the shape. He's almost Lovecraftian, undescribable terror.
That's such a great point. I love it. And when it comes to that, like they've redone his backstory so much. But if you're going that route with the remake and the Rob Zombie, going to Halloween 2018, what did you think about that then? Adding that element, or even going back to Halloween 2 where they made him his sister.
It's so convoluted.
Well, I guess which one ultimately would you subscribe? Probably not the 2018 version, because those last 2 were terrible. Oh, please tell me you love Halloween Ends and I'm walking.
No. So
No,
I'm kidding. Experience with Halloween. It was Ends, right? Or was it Kills? So it was filmed up the road. It was Kills. It was filmed up the road in Wilmington, and we got to go to a screening at the bar where they were rallying everyone. And the guy that played Dr. Loomis was blocking our view, and it was just like one of those cool experiences. Like if you're gonna watch this movie and you're gonna be blocked by somebody, like.
Might as well be Dr. Loomis.
Might as well be Dr. Loomis.
That's fantastic. That is awesome. And so that's Halloween Kills. I can accept Halloween Kills. I cannot accept. We hate Corey Cunningham on this show. So Halloween Ends is the worst.
All of the different timelines of Halloween, and ultimately, I don't think any of them are great.
No.
None of the different branches of craziness are really great. So like I find it hard to really say one's better than another.
I mean, my favorite Halloween movie is Season of the Witch. Like
okay. Oh, so that's your
my favorite Halloween movie. Like
all right. I like it. See, to me, like they should have taken the Halloween out and just called it Season of the Witch. Like even if you rebrand it now, they've done that with movies in the past.
Yeah.
Like, why not? Because you could have continued off of that one. You know?
Oh, that one.
Well, Halloween has ended now, but we all know they're still going to make more.
I mean, it ended.
There you go, Season of the Witch.
So it's funny you mentioned that, because we're seeing a Crystal Lake series come out.
Yes.
Which is the first thing Jason, because of the rights issues and such, we're going to be getting in a while.
I
I
see what they do with it.
Go look at the set photos and let me know what you think. I like Linda Cardellini too. I think she'll do a good job.
I do like Linda Cardellini a lot.
Yeah.
I just don't know how you can. I just don't understand how it could be good.
The only reason I say I'm optimistic is because that Chucky series, I said the same thing, and they did a good job with the Chucky series.
So we struggled with the Chucky series at first. Like we started it and gave up on it, but after Fear Fest this last time, we went and started watching it again, and we're thoroughly enjoying it now.
Yeah. Not a blowing me away type of show.
Yeah,
but it's a fun horror show.
Yeah, it is. Yes,
And it's better than
absolutely.
that remake.
Which I saw told you, refuse to watch horror horror remakes. I watched the Chucky remake for the first time this week because I always refuse to watch it.
What did you think? I need to hear it.
Well, one, I struggle with AI movies because I think they're kind of a little bit played out. That same
Too
premise.
damn many of them.
It's all the same, and putting it to child's play was
Seriously,
and he
just
looked
This is a tough
ridiculous.
one.
just don't call it Chucky. Call it anything else.
Megan.
Yes,
Right.
exactly.
It would have been slightly less terrible if they just wouldn't have called it Child's Play. But
Yeah.
then there's just a billion movies out
And
right now
that's-
that are about the same thing.
And you're never going to get away from the AI thing. In
No.
fact, that Megan 2.0 or whatever I just saw recently, and they took it in a different direction.
Yeah, they did.
Action movie, Megan.
Yeah, action movie Megan.
But it's not even like even that isn't the worst AI horror movie I've ever seen. If you ever gets a chance, there's a movie that came out called Afraid. John Cho was in it. I forget who else was in it, but I think Sam Waterston's daughter. I can't remember her name, but it just came out like a year or so ago. It is so bad. Don't watch it. Run from it.
Anytime I see an AI horror movie, I think about that 90s Disney movie, Smart House. It was like the predecessor to all of it.
Oh my God. I think we would have learned by now. Stop doing all the AI things, but nope, we just keep putting it in.
Yeah, AI is getting more popular, and they're just pumping them out.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
yep,
let's
that was an episode of the Twilight Zone from the 50s that we all saw one time. That's all we needed.
You know, I read somewhere not too long ago, I'd say it was within the past year or so, that Rod Serling wrote those to help with his PTSD.
Yeah.
And if you go back and you look at a lot of the premises of the show, how the reactions of the people are on that show is how he was feeling at times, or he knew other GIs that were feeling after the war. I thought that was really interesting because like it's going to give me a new perspective to go back and watch some of that show. And
Yeah, I'm going to have to do that as being who we are.
No, but yeah, and I've just always like because he came up with a lot of these ideas while he was in the war, and then later, like just concepts for it. And then he was such a brilliant writer, you know, to put all that together and make it entertaining and have messages like that was fantastic. So, but the monsters are due on Maple Street. We're gonna kind of wrap this up, but I got a few questions for you before I let you go about this horror revival.
Yes.
We see Crystal Lake series. I know we want the movies. I know we want more movies. Do you think that they should be new or connected to the original? Let's start there.
Oh God, that's a hard one. And also opens it up to a long conversation.
Yeah.
I'm okay with long conversations
It
if it's a good one, and I
I
know it's gonna
almost
be.
feel like you could continue from the 2009 remake. Just continue from there at this point because the originals are, you know, we all love them. They are what they are. They're horrible. They're great. The 2009 was 2009, right?
Yes.
I think.
Yeah, it was 2000.
So like it was fine. You can make that better. Just like that was. Don't remake it again. We don't need to see. It doesn't have to be Spider-Man, where every 2 years we need to see Uncle Ben die.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I think that's where I'm at now. Because I think about Friday the 13th, and I'm going to extend this to Nightmare on Elm because I know more and more people want continuation of that too, and Robert Englund's not going to be able to do it anymore, and but I would love to sort of connect it some way. They thought they did a good job with like the Candyman movie that came out a few years ago.
They did.
Yeah, that was,
you know, like can we do that? Can we connect that? Can we do a revival as long as it doesn't end up like a Halloween End?
but then you get to the point of, will LA people at boardrooms and suits agree to let it happen?
Yeah.
That's the worst part.
They
And you
want
have to have a
money.
good
They want the cheap, easy money, not the creative, beautiful thing that everyone else wants.
I like honestly, when it comes to Freddy too, like I would love for it to somehow be connected. But I think if you're gonna connect it to the original series, you almost have to take the power away from Freddy and kind of transferred into somebody new.
Yeah, like a
That makes
new Freddy. Well, like what was it? Freddy's Dead, where it's just the little demon things that were doing it the
Yeah.
whole time. Have them just possess a new person.
Yeah, I mean, we'll pick somebody else out. They
Yeah.
sort of did it with Hellraiser. Ugh.
Yeah.
The remake of Hellraiser. Yeah, that was great. Whatever. I don't mind the blood. I don't mind the gore. It had neither. So thank you, Hulu.
Yeah.
No wonder you're ending. Sorry, Hulu. I'm like torn between it because I love Hulu, but at the same time, it's like you're Disney.
It's kind of fallen off. So
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, I want to say before we go, like again, tell them where you can find your podcast. But what do you got coming up? What are you guys going to be talking?
So we are recording tomorrow. It probably won't be alive. We have Legend coming up
With Laura.
Laura, who is here. And then Rabid Grannies is coming up.
I like it.
And
The remake of the 90s Night of the Living Dead.
yes.
Those are our plans for now, with
Yeah.
more to come.
We always kind of wing it, and that you said what sets your show apart? We wing it all the time. And we're trying to, we took this season break and we're kind of trying to not take away from what we do, but add a little bit more structure to it, but keep the fun tone that we have, but just kind of try to boost it a little
We're also planning
more.
on adding some more independent
Yes.
independent films into it, and doing like do what we normally do, but then do a little shout out to short films and independent films as well in each episode.
I love that so much, and that's so important. I will say I can't wait for those episodes, especially the Night of the Living Dead remake, knowing how much you feel about it now. I love on shows when people can do that. The host can connect it to what brought them into the love, the whole concept of what they're doing. So being able to hear that movie is going to be really fun. Now with that though, and like winging it, the only thing I'm going to say, and this is unsolicited advice, so don't lose that, even if you add the structure, because I feel like when you hold on to winging it in some way, like I still do, I have like it takes years to find the structure that you want. So always be willing to wing it somewhere, drop something, pick something else up, figure it out as you go, because that's the fun.
Sorry.
I was just gonna say, don't structure yourself to a point where it's not fun.
Yeah, for us, the point of doing it always was to connect with people, like, kind of like we connect with each other, and make it feel like we're talking to our friends about horror. And
I love it.
And that's we will definitely keep that.
Endorsement time. That's how I felt when I was on the show. So like that's a great feeling to go for. And you guys are always awesome. I did ask for some movie recommendations. If you have any, I would love to hear what you guys have for me to check out, and anybody in the audience.
Well, it's hard to recommend movies to you.
No, even if I've seen it, I'll rewatch it.
There is a great independent horror movie that Shane Terry, who was at Carolina Fear Fest, is in, Ballerina.
Okay.
It was no kidding. Like
Tubi.
we watch a lot of independent films and stuff, and it was very well made.
It was
for an indie film, and I was wow,
it was
this is
pretty film too.
really good.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was filmed really well, and it was really impressed us a lot.
I love that movie.
I'm gonna say, what else? You say one.
Well, so my recommendation, which is a lesser known movie that we were just talking about, the whole AI thing and things before the current AI movies, Hardware. Have you ever seen the movie Hardware?
No, I haven't. I'll check it out.
God, what's his name? Richard Stanley.
Yes.
It's Richard Stanley, I believe, his first movie. It is incredible. Punk rock 90s craziness of course, Richard Stanley's like the biggest nut job on the planet. And it is
I recognize this. Okay. So I like to look as you talk about now. Ballerina, I remember hearing about. I haven't seen it, so I'm very excited to check it out. Hardware. You know how like you see a cover and immediately brings you back to the video store?
Yeah.
Hardware just did that for me.
Yeah.
I looked up the cover, so that's very cool, and I'm looking forward to checking out these movies. Do you got any more for me?
Goodness.
It's okay if you don't. That's perfect. Like I'm gonna.
We had a bunch in mind, but now it's hard. You never know what people have seen or what they like. And when I talk to people, I can be like, oh, I get this feeling from you. I can suggest this.
I got one more.
Okay.
So God, right name. Fragility? Is that the name of it?
Fragility? Frailty?
Frailty.
I was like, I imagined the cover in my
Frailty.
head. But...
Yeah, that was one of those movies. The first time I saw it, it just kind of blew me away with the twists and the turns and it's almost a slow burn, but it is just interesting as hell. I really, really enjoyed that one.
I love that. That's fantastic.
Throw another one out there for a fun horror movie. Greasy Strangler.
Oh yeah.
All right. I don't like that movie.
What?
I'm gonna rewatch it for you.
What?
Well, so it is goofy to the point.
It is a goofy movie, and I respect it.
A fun, like mindless movie. Like,
in fairness, I don't like Fight Club either, but I accept Fight Club's one of the best movies ever, and I will not take that away from anybody who comes up to me and says it. Now, with Greasy Strangler and my horror fans, I hear it a lot. I almost hear that more than I hear about Fight Club. It's just a personal preference.
Yeah.
Other than that, I guess it just didn't hit me right. But I'm going to try it this next time and see if maybe something sticks this time.
Don't hold it against me if you hate it, but it's just that.
No, I don't hate it. It's one of those movies where I'm like Fight Club. I don't. I was like, the book is better, and this is point. Although the end is better in the movie. But it was one of those things like Greasy Strangler. Maybe it was where I was when I first saw it. It could have been one of those. So that's why I appreciate these recommendations, because I will check these out. Laura's already shaking her head at me like, nah, you're an idiot. And she also says I want to talk about The Curse, the Will Wheaton film. If it is, that is a fun one. That's actually if you've ever seen what was it? What is it called? With Nick Cage movie where he gets the weird glowing stuff in his attic. I can't remember. It's based on a H.P. Lovecraft story.
It's not about the color out of space.
The color out of space. And I love Nick Cage. That was a good movie. I'm not putting that down. The Cursed is actually an adaptation of that same story. Starring Will Wheaton from the 80s. And Laura, if you do like Will Wheaton, we did a full interview with him on this show, and it was a fun one. He was a great time, and just had a ball with him talking geese. Oh, check that out. And As Above, So Below, great movie. Yeah. No, it's not a great movie. The Greasy String. No, go check it out. Everyone loves it.
Movie.
It's a fun
watch.
Don't watch it with a critical eye.
Yeah, exactly. You've got to.
That's fair.
It's a fun movie.
Okay, I'm rewatching all of these movies, and I'm gonna enjoy it. And I like your opinions too. I'm gonna take your recommendations, Laura. I'm gonna check it out. And I love doing that, because when I get these, I'll watch them, and that's when I'm gonna put my current review on Letterboxd. So you can go follow me over on there. But I thank you guys so much for joining in.
Thank you for having us on.
Yeah, this was fun. I love talking movies with you guys. So anytime, get you back on, and we'll pick out some fun ones too.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys again. Go check out the Horror Madness podcast. It's everywhere. They have a YouTube channel. You can go check out the links down below. But go if you were in the Myrtle Beach area, or you're not in the area, but you need some editing done or other podcast services, check them out over at studio93.org.
Thank you.
For sure. And I want to say thank you again for joining in. And I always appreciate you guys. And it was great to meet you this year at Carolina Fear Fest. And I wish you guys all the best as you're doing this, and all the success as well.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. And I'm going to say goodbye for tonight, and I will talk to you guys soon. Take care.
Bye.
See you later.
All right, guys. So we're going to kind of close out the show. And as always, when we kind of kick things off towards the end of it, we talk about mixed movie picks for the week. And as always, our mixed movie picks are also our classic film reviews. So you can go back. I do a little like sort of documentary. You can go back on all these classic movies and more, and you can check that out in our classic film reviews. Next Friday will be Beach Party from 1963. And we also do Does It Suck from Back to the Beach, which is sort of a continuation on Beach Party. This is one of the originals. There was such a surge of surf and beach movies in the late 50s, early 60s that kicked up. Frankie Avalon's in this movie, and Nat Funicello, one of the original Mickey Mouse clubbers. And it's just a really fun, great movie all around. If you really like that vibe, the music, what they're going for, I think you'll enjoy it. It's fun. Check it out. And then check out Back to the Beach, but not before checking out Classic Film Review and, of course, our Does It Suck episode. So we are finishing out, but before we do, I want to share with you a couple of things. Film definitions with Mick. That's right. I take this it's a version of a college a book I had in college for when I was doing filmmaking. And Film Dictionary is a complete film dictionary is a fun one. I pick out random, sort of industry terms, filmmaking terms, things like that out of the book each week, read them to you. We learn something new together. And I have another new segment before we go. Oh, here we go. Mismatch, a disorienting and seemingly illogical combination of shots where characters suddenly seem to change direction or speed, where subjects unexpectedly change position, or where any compositional aspect of the image seems unexpectedly altered. Such mismatching may occur from a careless positioning of the camera, from a shot to shot, or simply from interrupting the shooting of a scene with a long delay and not resuming the action with care. It is the editor's job to make sure that such mistakes are not included in the final version of the film and that new mismatches are not created from the editing itself. That's why you always trust your script supervisor. They will lead you to salvation for sure. That's my film definition for the week. I do that because, listen, I love to celebrate all types of movies, and I realize that we got a lot going on the show. Like my advice to Deb and Dana tonight was be adaptable, evolve, but it's good to have the structure as well. Now, I wanted to add something else on another segment. And the reason I do this is because, again, it's not just that I don't care about celebrities. I don't get rich doing any of this stuff, for real. And I just have fun. And this is something, I've been a filmmaker in the industry since the year 2000 in some capacity. Back then, I was an extra in movies, and then I graduated to working behind. And I've been doing it ever since and loving it. And so I like to support cinema, support indie, support movies in general, storytelling that is decent, fair, kind, and wonderful. And sometimes can be in your face and craziness, but has this message of hope. And almost every movie we talked about does have that in some way, shape, or form. And that's what I love about movies. So I wanted to kind of add a new segment where I'm going to take either a cinema or, some kind of independent cinema or independent filmmaker or something like that along the lines and celebrate them, shine a light on them. First one up, when I lived in Florida, we would go to indie film houses all the time. And one of the big ones, because we were, film students kind of running around going crazy, was the Enzian Theater in Maitland, Florida, also Winter Park right next to it. Let me tell you something, guys. You ever get a chance to go down there and check out the Enzian Theater, you can dine there. They have a wonderful place, patio to hang out, but it's like a restaurant inside. You sit at a beautiful table. You can be on a date. You can be with friends. It has all of those areas for you guys to just eat, watch the movie, and not be bothered. Just have a good old time. The Enzian Theater is a great independent house to go and check it out, and they show some of the best movies around. And I got to say, I appreciate when people do that and celebrate movies like I do. So I want to say thank you guys for joining in. Sorry, my mouth is a little parched, but watching, listening, hanging out with us. We love you guys. We love the Snob Nation. We love movies. We know you do too. So join up with us. Hang out. We do this every Friday night. We're going to have a guest next week. Johnny from Johnny Loves Movies is joining in, and I can't wait for him to join in. We're going to talk martial arts movies. We're going to get crazy with it. We're going to have a good time. He and I kind of go off the wall a little bit. So I think you'll really enjoy that one. But I want to say, remember, guys, as we're going through and everything's coming up, we have a lot of time left, but October 31st is our 400th episode. We're celebrating 6 years on October 6th this year, and for the Seeing Snobs podcast and the channel itself. But we are celebrating 400th episodes on October 31st. And we have something pretty big planned. Maybe we can kind of coax Deb and Dana to join in on that as well. But it's going to be a horror movie trivia Royal Rumble. You get it wrong, you're out. The last person standing, you go out, somebody else comes in. The last person standing is going to be deemed the Horror Trivia Master 2025. And it's going to be a great time. Hopefully you guys can join in, have a good time with that. We're going to have a really fun time with that. But thank you guys for watching the live, hanging out with us, listening to us on any podcast platform, or checking out the clips as they go. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. We have content every day. It's a lot of fun. We got a ton of fun stuff we hope for you to be a part of. And we have Betting Bros starting back up soon and things like that. So take care of yourselves. Remember to be kind. That is important. And until next time, remember to be kind and rewind. And I will talk to you guys soon. Take care.